Hello there, hi everyone. It's Susan here from Yoga for Modern Life and for Modern Mothers. And as I mentioned in classes this week and as promised on the Facebook group, I wanted to do a video or a couple of videos. I think it will be all about pelvic floor postnatally, and this can be so stuff we do in the mom and baby yoga classes, so from kind of 6 weeks onwards, or 8 weeks if you've had a cesarean or when you've been checked off by your doctor or midwife, but going right ahead into the future. So it doesn't kind of stop when baby gets to 9 or 10 months old or a year old when you leave the classes. I still do these exercises and my girls are 6 years old. So this kind of pelvic floor work and engaging with that never ends really, and it is really important to continue doing that and checking in with that, because when you get to the menopause, if your pelvic floor has been neglected, then that can cause problems at that point in the future. So having a pelvic floor that is working well, that is functioning well, that is moving, that your breath is working in the right way, will benefit you now, to re-strengthen that area, to help with any kind of separation of the core muscles, the diastasis, or any kind of prolapse issues if they are small. But obviously you will also benefit if you have a prolapse or a big diastasis, which I'll talk about in another video, from benefiting from seeing a women's health physio specialist with that as well. So if something isn't feeling quite right, you're not sure, you're getting any kind of incontinence, then it needs checking out. That isn't how it should be. Your functionality of your core should be working with you. These exercises will help, but you might need some more specialist help if you've got a specific problem or you're not quite sure. Get it checked out. Okay, so I'm gonna, in this video, just do breathing, how to breathe. I know you're doing it, otherwise you wouldn't be watching the video, but how to breathe well and not put any extra pressure into that area, but to breathe nice and fully and to help with that and make it functional. And just a couple of simple exercises, and then I'll do kind of a second video which will have a couple more exercises on, which when you've got the hang of these first ones, you can maybe add some more on. So the first thing to do is connecting to that breath. So thinking of, we want a full breath, but we want a breath that isn't pushing when the diaphragm pushes down when we inhale. So when we inhale, we want the breath to come down with the diaphragm and into the ribs, the front, the side, and the back of the ribs too. So the ribs going all the way around the body, so three-dimensionally. We don't want to take a breath and really end up pushing everything down and just breathing into the belly. So we're pushing a lot on the pelvic floor, but we also don't want to breathe just high up here, slow, shallow breaths. We want nice full breaths, which will feel really relaxing and calming and soothing, but we want to use all of the rib cage all the way around. So breathing a lot into the ribs. Yes, I'm into the belly. Yes, I'm into the top of the chest too, all of the lungs, but making sure you're using the whole expanse of the lungs. So it can help to put your hands onto the ribs. We're going to do this two ways, sitting and lying, but just letting yourself settle. Through all of this, you want to have nice relaxed shoulders, so maybe take a few rolls of the shoulders back, nice relaxed jaw, sitting comfortably. So sitting up, if you're at home, take a blanket and fold it, or a towel or a cushion, and put it underneath your seat, just so you get a bit of support. Might be cross-legged, might sit legs out in front. And you can rest your hands onto your legs, or if it helps you, you can rest them onto so your little fingers from the bottom of your ribs, and then your fingers are coming around the front. And just closing your eyes, and just let yourself settle into a pattern of breath. Let the jaw relax, tongue relax. And as you breathe, really feeling that the breath is coming into the ribs here where your fingers are at the side. And if you tuck your thumbs around the back, that also the breath is moving as you inhale out into the back of the body too. And then as you exhale, releasing, letting go, feeling your hands moving back in. And just taking a few breaths here. So as you inhale, just letting everything expand and a lightness. Slow, easy breath in. And as you exhale, just letting everything move back round the spine, so the ribs moving in. And just feeling that movement within the rib cage, where the diaphragm is at the bottom of the ribs. And then you can add into that a little light engagement of the pelvic and of the core. So as you inhale, let everything soften, so the ribs expand, fingers move out wide, so let the pelvic floor abdominals relax. And then as you exhale and it all moves in, gently pull the navel backwards towards the spine, lifting up the pelvic floor lightly. And then inhaling again, let it all relax and soften. And then exhale, gently drawing in. And just following that maybe 5-10 times slowly with a good quality of movement. So don't rush these. Doing less of good quality better than doing lots of repetitions but not doing it quite right. Okay, so then we're going to do the same thing but lying down. And sometimes it's easier to do this lying down because you can feel it more and actually it helps to relax the diaphragm. So ease your way down. Use your hands to support you, again, because we're kind of protecting the core. Just ease yourself down. Have your feet on the mat. Have your head comfortable. Again, you might put something soft like a flat pillow or a cushion under the neck to make that comfortable. And then just settling yourself here, letting the feet relax. Again, you can put the hands onto the ribs so you can feel this. And as you inhale and the breath flows into your hands, into the ribs, gently expanding, let everything soften and relax. And then as you exhale, release the breath out, but engage the core. So navel to spine, gently lifting up the pelvic floor. And just moving with the breath. So the inhale is slow, expansive. Let the pelvic floor, the abdominals soften and relax. And as you exhale, you engage, gently drawing in. So the navel to the spine, pelvic floor lifting up. And again, do 5 to 10 of those with your breath. And then to come up, we're going to roll to the side. Use your hands to bring you up. So again, that stops putting any extra pressure through this area while this area is still integrating back together. And then we're going to do come onto hands and knees onto all fours. So the blanket now, very useful, might be under your knees for some softness. So this hasn't got to be on a yoga mat, but do it on something, carpet or a rug. Your bed might be hard enough, but it might be too soft. So it can just be on a carpet or a rug on the floor, completely fine. Just make your knees, your hands comfortable. Just settle yourself here, looking down. And we're going to move through cat-cow. So as you inhale, just letting your belly dip down a little bit. Chest forward, face forward, tilting the tailbone up. Let the pelvic floor relax. The sitting bones kind of move apart from each other, wide. And then as you exhale, drawing the spine up, tucking in the chin, tailbone down, navel pulls towards the spine, pelvic floor gently lifting. As you inhale, you're releasing, softening, widening, letting go of the pelvic floor, breath flowing in, all the way to that three-dimensional rib breathing. And then exhaling, drawing up. So engagement, navel towards the spine, pelvic floor lifting. And then just moving with the breath through there. Maybe again, 10 times. Keep your head forward. I keep turning my head to look at the screen because I'm talking to you. Don't do that. Keep your head in alignment. So dipping on the inhale, let everything soften and release. Exhale, arching up like a cat. Gently navel to spine, pelvic floor lifting up. Again, keep everything relaxed. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. Movement is through the pelvis and that engagement. And then at the end of those, you can come back into that child's pose and just relax. So head down, breathing here. Let the pelvic floor release. Let everything soften. Just easy breaths. And then the last thing we'll do is come back onto lying on the back. And we're just going to do some heel dropping. And again, each time we do the work, we do the movement, we want to lightly engage. So the navel moves gently back towards the spine, not all the way in, not really tight, but gently engaging. So you'll kind of feel the lower abdominals moving and connecting, and the pelvic floor gently lifts up. And as you inhale, as you pause, you let it soften and release. And then each time you exhale, you're doing the movement, okay? Again, keep the shoulders relaxed, keep the jaw relaxed, just trying to isolate the movement into the area. So use your hands to support you to ease yourself down. Come all the way, something under the head again, maybe the blanket or a cushion. And one at a time, lift one knee in towards the body, the other knee. And then lifting up, check this feels okay, knees above the hips. If this feels too strong in your core, bring the knees a little bit back towards the body so there's less weight. And then take an inhale here, relaxed. You can put your hands on the lower belly to feel the work. As you exhale, slowly engage and drop one heel down to the mat. Take an inhale and pause with the heel on the mat, soften. And then exhale, engage, pelvic floor lifts, navel to spine, lifting up. Take an inhale and soften. And then do the other leg. So exhale, engage, coming down. Inhale, soften and release. Take a breath in. Exhale, engage, pelvic floor, and lifting up. Take an inhale and soften. And then going the other side. So just moving slowly. Each time the heel is lifted or dropped, you inhale and soften. And each time you do the movement, you engage and bring up. And just repeating with the breath. Keep the jaw relaxed, keep the whole back of the sacrum on the mat. So exhale, you move and engage. Inhale, you pause and release. And doing that maybe 5 times each side to see how that is. And then just let the knees come in and release and have a little rock side to side. So if it feels better for you to do, let me roll, and then roll to the side and come up. If it feels better to keep going on the same leg, do 5 on one side, take a pause, hug in, and then do 5 on the other side. Okay, if you feel any bulging or curving in the belly, if it feels shuddery, then stop and pause, take a hug in, and maybe just do a couple each side. Okay, so if it feels too much, don't continue. Don't let your hips lift, keep the shoulders relaxed. The movement is kind of isolating through this area. But the inhale is the release, the exhale, the engage. Okay. And then at the end of those, you can come back to sit and just do a few more of those, just 5, maybe those breaths again, just to get that connection into this rib breathing. So it's a slow breath using all of the chest, the ribs, and the belly too, using all of it. But you're not forcing everything, just pushing down onto the pelvic floor all the time and adding extra pressure. You're letting it be spacious round the whole of the ribs as well. So it's the whole 3 dimensions of the body, but a slow breath, which will be calming and relaxing and energizing too. Okay, so that's the end of today's video. Any questions, let me know. Drop me an email, put it in the comments below, drop me PM on Facebook or whatever, either yoga4modernlife@outlook.com or Susan at formodernmothers.com. And I'll do another video soon with some more exercises on, so kind of you can add to them if you want to. Okay, but quality over quantity is the key, and the breath is very much the key. And keep thinking of doing that functional breath when you're doing things as well, like lifting a baby, lifting a pushchair, all those things. Okay.